Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. If you watch many of our videos, then you will know that out of a choice between accuracy and power, we regard accuracy as king. Accuracy doesn't just happen, and in this edition we will look at some of the work we do before we go after pests. We will also go over some of the upgrades that have happened to my 177 Rapid to date for the more curious among you.
We have a selection of rifles here. 2 off-brow, one of mine. It's a Rapid 177 caliber, sub 12 foot-pound. Air Arms S410 and S510, sub 12 foot-pound as well. Collection of targets. Crony for measuring the speed of the pellet. And I've also got a rangefinder. Here we have a selection of pellets I'm going to try today. All the ones in tins are ones I had anyway. The ones there, the ones I got given at the Stony Show, by whole cartridge I do believe. And those are from Pellet Perfect. Saves you buying a whole tin. There's enough there to try Bro's rifles out and mine. And that noise you can hear in the background, it's the latest addition to our family. Hello. This is Wookie the Spaniel. She's going to have to go in her cage in a minute.
We were testing out the 177s for rat in duty, and we don't normally shoot them beyond 25 yards. So here we're testing at 30 yards in groups of 5 shot per pellet type to see which were good candidates accuracy wise. As it happened, Bro's Air Arms S510 launched an awful lot of the pellets very well indeed, but he plumped for the Supermags, so he was getting very good accuracy, sub 5 pence at 30 yards, and I also had lots of them spare, and he's seen the damage they do when they come out of my Rapid, so the choice was made for him. I, on the other hand, know they work well in my Rapid, but I did want to test out the Predator Polymags. I first saw Matt W use them years ago. Now Paul Farley and Jerry Moss have brought them to my attention again. I'm finally giving them a go. I'd like to use them on the feeders for squirrels. They need to be accurate or it's not an option. And precisely because I want to use them on the feeders, the logical thing to do is to bring them into feeder distance, which is 15 yards, set up, and use the last 3 pellets I had left after Bro and I had finished playing, and see what the accuracy is like at the range I want to use them at. There's no need to test at 30 yards if you can only shoot 15. The grouping wasn't too bad at 30, but I want them pinpoint accurate if I can. And 2 out of 2 is working well, and that third one means I should be buying a tin of these things. And buy a tin I did. I bought these on the internet from Voimir. They arrived after a couple of days. I opened them up, had a look inside, like a quality pellet, no swarf, very well made. What the thing is about these is they're supposed to crumple on impact, delivering all the energy they have into the target, causing lots of damage and facilitating a quick and humane kill, which is what we want. Before we go any further, I'm going to say this. Warning! They don't always fit PCP magazines because of their length. These fit my 177 Rapid OK. You can get a short version in 177 and 2.2. If they made a short in .20, I would try them in my FAC Rapid. Normal ones don't fit it, unfortunately. Take note, Predator Polymag.
This is how my Rapid is now. There she is. All the bits and pieces on I've had done to her, which are custom bolt from Tony Bolts, thank you Tone. Kev G's worked his magic on the internals. There's a reg in there. There's an unregged rifle before. It's also got a quick fill. Connect the bottle up to that, rather than taking the bottle off. It also has a pressure gauge, see there. You've got the bottle, some large shrink film on it. Not sure if I like that, but I'll leave it on for the time being until I find a better option. New silencer. The barrel's been threaded by XTX Air, thank you Darren for that. Thank you very much for Gareth Simpson for the Simmod Silencer, works very well indeed. And that is how she currently is. Very happy with that. The only thing I could possibly do with it now is the refinish of the stock.
On the subject of the moderator, I had to supply Gareth with this very technical drawing. The dimensions are in millimetres, apart from the half-inch UNF thread. Kev G had already told me that the barrel has been shortened at some point, which makes it a lot more usable in tight spaces and vehicles, as I was to find out. But because it was short, I couldn't have a reflex moderator, so I had to have a standard one. Ho-hum, never mind. So I ordered one, and this rather interestingly wrapped moderator arrived by the hand of the grinning postman in very quick time. Thank you, Gareth. And once I'd very carefully removed the interesting wrapping, I was greeted by this lovely work of art. In looks and performance, it outdoes the original Evolution silencer. I couldn't wait to get it onto my rifle, onto my newly threaded barrel. Again, if you didn't catch before, it's by Darren at XTX Air. I'm very impressed with it. It's added a lot to the aesthetics and performance of the rifle. If you'd like any work doing by either of these two gentlemen, links to them are in the description below. While I'm in the business of giving shout-outs, this one goes out to one of our long-term subscribers and commenters by the name of Brian. Doesn't want any more information than that about himself on here. But he offered me this magazine for free, which takes my magazine count up to 3 magazines, which means I've got 51 shots to play with when I'm out ratting. Didn't want to take any payment for it, so we agreed I'd make a donation for a charity of his choice. And it was Help for Heroes, another excellent charity. Deals with all the people who have fought for the country, who have been maimed or injured in some way in the course of their duty. We agreed on a sum of £30 for it. There's a donation. Took a screenshot of it when I did it. They were very kind of them to send a letter of thank you and detailing how the money was spent. I'll show you a copy here. And if you would like to donate, I urge you to go to their website and make a donation. Simple as that. Thank you.
And the scope on top is a Hawksport HD 4-12 by 50 AOIR. I usually stick the NS50 on that end. There's the bracket. That's per Bro's gun.
Right then, now I have the pellets and the rifles all set. It'd be rude not to do some more testing, just to be on the safe side. I set up at 15 yards, all the side doors are locked, there's no one in the house, nice and safe. Nothing left to do but take some shots. I'm really looking for grouping. First of all, I'm going to take 5 shots, aiming at that white dot in the centre, and see where the pellets go. Hopefully they'll group tidily, and all I've got to do then is tweak the scope to bring that little group onto point of aim. It's already going quite well. The trouble with this paper is I haven't stuck it to the board very well. It wants to be a bit flatter than that. It's so knobbly from the amount of pellets that gone into it, it's unreal. As you can see, not going too bad. Maybe a click or two down in a minute. Once I've done it, just to prove the point. I'm happy with the accuracy there. As you can see, it's a UK 5p piece. I only want to come down a fraction. I'm quite happy with that. What I really do need to do now with this is to get it out to one of our feeders and see if I can come across a squirrel. And here I am at first light at one of our feeders. I've got my NS50, the upgraded camera in it, just for doing a bit of filming. And again, couldn't resist having another play before the squirrel showed up with the NS50. Got a target set up. For some reason the shots were off to the left. I'm doing a bit of ad hoc zeroing. Trying to click it back over onto point of aim. That's more like it. Better to be safe than sorry. This is the sort of effort we put in to accuracy. And it needs to be done that way, or else you end up with wounded or missed animals. We don't want that, do we? You can see it's starting to get a bit lighter now. My camera's starting to make a bit more sense of the light. So now I'm all zeroed. I've had a cup of tea. I'm playing with the NS50 and I'm watching the songbirds. You see the IR light bouncing off their eyes, a bit like the rats do. It's not totally dark, but the camera's picking it up, even though it's quite dull there. There are jays in this wood. You can hear them in the background there. Don't often see them on the feeder. We usually shoot them. They are a pest species because they're egg thieves, and it's an area that rears pheasants. But if I do get the opportunity, I'll have to take the IR illuminator off because it's illegal to shoot pest species of the bird persuasion in the UK with an illumination device. Unless, of course, it's a feral pigeon. This one isn't. It's a robin, which is pretty much usual for just about every video we have. It's got a robin in it. And finally, we have a squirrel approaching. So I've got the main camera on. I'll just set it there. Gone to the NS50. Got the rifle at the hole. Just got to pick it up now. See his eyes gleaming with the IR light. We've had a few lately that have come in here and gone away again. Not stopped to feed. So I should be taking this opportunity to shoot him if he sits still. And he seems quite calm. I'll just line up on the thick part of his head and release the shot. That's more like it. I thought the shot was good for a second. And now I'm wondering whether I wounded it or not. Or maybe the pellet's completely missed. I've got a second attempt here. I haven't noticed that stick. I hit it absolutely perfectly. Believe it or not, I get a third bite of the cherry. Catch it perfectly in the top of the head this time. He's dropped down now onto the top of that feeder. I'm going to in camera, reloaded. I can see him in my eyes. He'll drop down in a second. One lame little kick. There he goes. Step behind that bit of metal that we use as a body stopper. Absolutely poleaxed that one. Well, I did eventually hit him. He's barely moved. For that first shot, very worrying indeed after all the effort I put in. Now I've had the camera. There's a point of aim. Right on the thick part of his head. Here's the next frame. I haven't varied. The pellet should go somewhere there. I've taken the shot. It's still on target as I've taken the shot. And you can see that white blob. I do believe that's the pellet in the IR light. So it's gone completely off target by the look of it. I've shot the target safety pin away. I hit it first time, dropped the target to the floor. Now I'm taking another shot at it, just to prove it wasn't a fluke. Maybe at the top edge of the bottom hole. Hit it perfectly. Nothing wrong with the accuracy there. But it has unnerved me. I hear the owner coming a mile away. Out for a ride, which is not often. So I've given up for the day now. That's where he was at the tree. Dropped there, bled loads. Lots of damage, as you can see. It's never moved. Didn't think it was going to move off the top of the feeder. It did one little lame kick. You see where the pellet struck, right at the top of the head. So it had the desired effect. A bit of rat poo there by the look of it. Might have to come and visit them with the Polymags. Just the one for today, and a good outing for the Polymag. Even if I did have that little wobble, I will have to do a bit more testing just to make myself a bit more easier about it. But otherwise I'm happy. Warning! Necropsy ahead. Do not watch if necropsies might offend you. If not, then keep watching and see what the pellet did.
Right then, as we can see, this little buck squirrel has taken a polymag straight to the top of the head and dropped like a stone, even though the footage was rubbish. The effect of the polymag wasn't. So we're going to have a look to see what the pellet did.
Now I've got that slick editing transition out of the way, what I'm going to attempt to do now with my very sharp little knife to peel away the skin from the skull so we can have a good look at the impact zone and any damage it's done to the skull, brain, any of the structures hopefully. Paying more attention to what I'm doing with the knife so I don't want to cut my fingers as I am to the video ends, so my apologies. Keep looking back over towards the camera. I've just noticed I've had a shot. When I was doing this necropsy, I hadn't had the advantage of reviewing the footage. I still thought the pellet passed over the back of its neck and missed it. I do believe I've actually caught it, missed all the vital zones and wounded it. And the fact it never ran off still amazes me now. They're such tough little creatures. I'm cutting my way now towards where I've actually shot it. The pellet's gone into the thick part of the head, into the brain. Done plenty of damage. I'm still looking for more bits and pieces. You quite clearly see it's gone into the muscle. I wish I'd checked now, see if it's gone in and out. I think it might have just gone through the back of the neck. Obviously missed the spinal cord. I think that one is the second shot. It's gone into the skull and mushroomed a bit. Well, not really mushroomed, it's actually bent like a banana. But delivered all the energy into the target. It just goes to show, even with a Predator Polymag, you need to be on target to actually do the business. As you saw all the testing we did with them, they were perfectly fine at that range. Very accurate indeed. That was a country mile out, that pellet, from where the point of aim was. And if it was my wobble, I would have taken that one. It's being my fault. At this moment in time, I still think it went in that way. Destroyed the brain and lodged in the other side. It didn't. It went quite a bit to the left, actually, from where we're looking at it, into the top of the head. That damage was caused by the second pellet. The first pellet looks like it's just gone through the muscle. These things do happen on occasion, despite your best efforts to make sure your rifle's accurate. The pellet performed perfectly well when it landed, but if they don't land where you want them to, you might as well give them up. At this point, I did some more testing, and it looked like I just had a really, really bad pellet. And that's the pellet, I believe, that did the damage. Not surprising to see why.
What I'm going to do is skin it halfway up, not going to bother to gut it, so I can get it the meat I want for my sausage project. Hopefully I'll be able to get onto that soon. It's been a long time, but I really do want to give it a go.
A few weeks before I went shooting, I got asked by somebody if I could collect a few tails for them. They might make some sea fishing lures. So I've sent a few off now. As I get some intel on how they get on, I'll keep you all updated. Right then, now for a spot of rat shooting. This is Bro with his Air Arms S510 shooting the RWS Supermags in 177. Be rude not to have Bro in the video. Using his new pellets. I'm going to come on later on and use my Polymags. I'll leave you with Bro for the time being. I do believe the first shot's a miss. As per usual, he goes for a wander, spots this fella on the hedge line. Good shot there, Bro. Not that one clean over. A few ducks wandering about. Always good under a shed. S510 doing the business again. As you'll see later, that one's quite a big one. We don't get too many that big these days. Here comes Suicide Duck and family. Gotta be careful now. Very erratic, these things. You have to let that one go. Don't want to risk hurting the livestock. It's rather annoying. This one looks quite close by the focus. He has to hold the crosshairs over the top of his head to allow for the trajectory of the pellet. Slotted it through those wires well though. Into the sheds. That one thought he was safe. The helicopter tail. Pretty sure he's hit that one in the head with reaction. See a few more scurry off. It's quite a difficult place to shoot in these sheds. We've got to get them to come out to see them. That's why that little patch of food's there for all these out outside. More like it. I do think he's getting another 2 for 1 there. But 1 for 1 will do. The other one's made a sharp exit. Not a lot of movement off that one. There's another one on the hedge line, just an eye gleaming. Let's hit that one straight in the back of the back. Now off to the good old superhighway. We spooked that one. You see this feeder still swinging. I'll jump up on there, fill their faces. It's one of the main reasons the owner doesn't like them. That one's not offering a shot. But ever patient, he waits. This one comes back. He's looking for a shot here. He's trying to judge how big that rat is, and whether or not the shot would be a good shot from this angle. It doesn't matter anyway, he just dry fired. The candidate sticks his head up. It sounded like very good impact, and indeed it was. It spasms and kicks out that little depression. Here's another one, same place, less of an angle. Keep the head down this time. I thought that one caught the ground just in front of his head, so that was a miss, I believe. That wasn't though. Well picked out in one of the sheds through a little hole. Some kickabout. That's the superhighway. Another good shot there, bro. Oh, second target comes into view. And he shot under his head there, I think. It's unlucky when that happens, but it does. First one didn't get missed though. Some a few lame kicks about. No down the superhighway itself. No doubt in that one. That was right at the back, which did surprise bro. That was all for bro this evening. Over to me with a newly modified NS50 with a new camera board in it. If anyone's interested, I'll make a little bit of a video about what I did and how I did it. There's the board, 800 TVL FEO camera board. Anyway, off with the Polymags I go, the Rapid. I'm on the superhighway and I see movement. I have to take a bit of a shuffle to try and get a better angle. And I get an even worse angle, so I shuffle back. This is more like it, out in the open. Fantastic crack. The impact with the skull on that one. Yet again, there's another large rat. And 77 Polymags sorted him out though. Quite happy with that performance. There he is. And he is quite a large rat. And he was with a lot of others when I saw him. So I wait around for them to turn back up again. It wasn't long before they stick their heads back out, looking to get some food. Albeit a little bit more nervous than they were the last time. Do I see some eyes? Yes, there's some more at the back. All of these are quite large rats. Completely fluffed that shot. Bit of a wobble. They haven't run far. It's more like it. The silencer must be doing a great job. That's resulted in my second effort being perfectly good. Hello, here's another one. It's not hanging around. I go investigate. There's a lot of damage there. Also a lot of blood loss. I think it's going to pay to hang around this spot. See if I can pick up a few more. They look quite large, these rats. They eat an awful lot of this feed. Once they're that big, they breed quite prolifically as well. There we go. A bit quicker on the trigger then. High body shot that one. The Polymag's done a great job again. We do tend to see a lot of activity first up. They're all coming out to feed. If you hang around in one spot, you often get a second opportunity or a third. That's my second fluffed opportunity there, never mind. This one worked out really well. With time to go off somewhere else and leave this. And as it happens, I've turned about 90 degrees to another patch of food I've laid out. And I caught this one sticking his head out the grass. And I caught his head with a Polymag. So it's a bit of a dance about. The sound of the impact. I'm pretty certain it was a good shot. He doesn't jump around for long. Comes to rest there. A few spasms. And while that one was spasming, I've turned 90 degrees again. The rats have come back out. They're even more nervous this time. They're hanging in the nettles, thinking they're safe. At this point I haven't gone over to pick the bodies up. Didn't want to disturb the area too much. It's more like it. Managed to pick that one out. See where his head was. And yet there's still more moving around behind him. There we go. They do make a mess, these Polymags. A lot of bleeding out, a lot of damage. And there's the other one I haven't picked up in the foreground, bottom of the picture. And I've turned back round to the last one that was having a kickabout. And another one's come out. And I take another rat. It's the is a very productive spot. I've made a firing position so I can turn 90 degrees and see two areas and just swap between the two without moving. That one's come to rest right by the other one. There they are. Getting quite a good stamp of rats here. Have a little move to another place. There is activity here. These ones feel a bit more exposed. There we go. I'll probably slot that through the wire if I'm good. Please move now. And we have a much more confident rat come in. No mess in there. Good high body shot. Those polymags do a lot of body damage. As long as you hit the right area. You can't shoot them in the back end and get away with it. Anywhere in the right area, they seem to do the business. There he is. Didn't last long. Time to go back up to my first position, and they're back out yet again. Catch that one with a good headshot. They all leg it. That was having a good barrel roll around. Didn't get far. I'm more than happy with the impact of the polymag on his skull. It's a different position. I've cut the nettle stalks down here. There's quite a lot of rat holes in this area. I put some feed in there in the hope it would draw them out. That one was playing hard to get, but now I've got him. If I'd spent more time here, I might have got some more. The action was so hot in the other area, I had to stay there. Wherever they are, that's where we ought to be, knocking them over. That's a small one compared to the other ones. They won't be getting any bigger. There he is. Not as much blood as the other ones. And back over to the other area again. And there's movement under this pallet. They've dug in here. And I've put some feed just on the outside. I hope they stick their heads out. A bit like cattle in a trough. I've turned just to the side again. Same area as the last ones. I caught that one with a high body shot. Quite clearly unwell. Go over to check on him. He just rolled back into the bush a bit. This is an interesting bit of footage. I spotted this one lapping at the water. It's under the shed. I can barely see his head, just the tip of his nose. I can see the reflection of his head very well. And instinctively, I've hovered the crosshair over the kill zone. Now I've pulled it away. I think I've almost managed to shoot the reflection and kill that. Just need him to stick his head out. He's obviously not playing ball. You can see another one moving around there. Looks like quite a large one. Again, I've got no shot on because I'm just shooting a reflection if I do. I know they're there. Watch this one come sideways. Here we go. And he turns away at the last second. I hate it when that happens. I thought I was being clever then. See the crosshairs on the heart-lung shot. As I pull the trigger, he turns completely 90 degrees. Totally misses him. Never mind. See some more activity out here. This one sticks his head out for far too long. Bit of a longer shot, that one. Hence the holdover. Sounds like a good pop. I'll wait for him to kick into view. I don't see nothing, so I turn the camera off and immediately have to turn it back on again as he kicks back out. That's quite a large rat as well. The polymag found its mark. It's a bit further than I was expecting to shoot. It still landed like a bomb. And there he is. A bit of a kickabout. Just as dead. That's where I hit him. Lots of blood loss. Quite pleased with the action of the pellet there. Sometimes you can't believe your luck. I went to pick up the last one. Turn round. That rather large rat was sat there. Motionless. Presented a perfectly good headshot. Wait for it. There he goes. Full on helicopter tail. Always amazes me No brain damage does that. Quite happy the pellet's gone into his head. And after that frantic thrash, that's another big rat down. Have a quick scan about. And rather interestingly, it's almost buried itself in the short grass. Here's my favourite little spot under the shed where they have a drink. Believe it or not, the pellets wandered left there. Missed it completely. It's rather annoying. Maybe I had a damaged one. I've gone back to the other field again. Spotted that one sticking his head out the hole. Didn't bother to focus it so well. That's more like it, let's focus it in. Don't need them in focus to hit them. You can see this one's bled out quite a lot as well. Here's another nice large one in the first location. I think that's the biggest rat of the night for me. And the Polymag takes it straight over. Quick look about. It's a good spot, that one is. And I put that bowl with a bit of feed in there to draw them out of the hedges. They do like the chicken feed here. Some people advocate all sorts of other things, but they do like the chicken feed. I can't emphasise that enough. And that one bled out an awful lot. Big rat, lots of blood. There's another one in the hole there. Sounded like a good impact. Another one who thought he was safe. Waiting for it to kick out the hole. I have to go and investigate. There's no kick in there. Dead in the hole. That'll do. It works for me. You spot them in the bushes. Keeping a low profile. There's a shot on. And he moves just as I pull the trigger. It's the trouble when you commit to shoot. If you're not calm and sat still. When they are calm and sat still, you get a shot like that. It's not come back out the hole. I'll have a quick look around in a minute. See if the noise has got anyone else's attention. Nothing that side. Hello. There's another one out the back. Right behind the ear. I'm happy with that. Bit of helicopter tail. I was aiming for a headshot. I'm pretty sure I got one. Look around to the bushes just in case. Nah. Two will do though. There he is in the hole. It's barely moved. And that's the second one I shot. It's bled out an awful lot. Caught it in the thick part of the head. I'm taking a wander now. It's my favourite little shed with a puddle under it. It's got a minging looking puddle really, with a rat's drink out of it. Such as lovely creatures they are. I only waited there a few minutes. This one sticks its head out. This is more like it. Got a shot on here. I take the shot and I hit it. I expected it to drop down, but I haven't hit the brain. I hit it too far forward. At the time I was wondering what went on. It's quite clearly in control of its motion. That's not a clean kill, and not a humane shot. I've hit it in the ribs there. And it's flapping about. Not happy with this shot. You'd think a polymag to the head would be instant death. But quite clearly not. It's kicked over to there. The second shot's done more damage than the first one. I'll give it another one for good measure. I don't think I needed to. But better safe than sorry. When you look at the picture, you see the pellet's going to hit the underside of the shed there, just clip it. And it ricochets down into his nose. So it's probably lost some power, and it's not hit the right area. I got the kill in the end. Not happy with that though. That's more like it. Big fat rat, sat out in the open. Nothing to deflect the pellet and make the shot difficult. I'm not too worried about the move on this one. That's just nerves. The last one you could quite clearly see the front end wasn't all floppy. It's quite clearly controlling its own movement. That one isn't. All chaotic nerve activity, but I still give it a second one off the back of the last one. You can see where it's hopped about. Deposited little splodges of blood everywhere. That one's Bro's shot earlier on. He hasn't picked it up yet. I spot another one. There were several there. I walked in and I think I would have spooked them. I was extra quiet though, and it was dark. Maybe something gave me away. Maybe like a silhouette. It was a black night that night. Hardly any extra light like the moon. They usually sit under these structures. And again, I'm not taking a shot until I see a lot more head after the last one. And they got away. I'd rather have that happen than I wound them. Here's another one. Caught that one on top of the head. There was no way I was going to stick my hand into that pallet. Not enough room, plus all the rats under there. But fortunately he's kicked out. A little bit of a slope there. He's kicked out the back of the pallet and rolled down. I'm looking for them now. In the hedgerow again. See movement. Try and get a shot off if I can. There we go. That's probably one of the smallest rats of the night. But they all count. There he is. Nice and dead. Here's only the second rat from this location this evening. See another one stick his head up. That one's rolled straight on top of him. There's a rather large hole there. I couldn't retrieve that one, unfortunately. I'm happy with the shot and reaction. We've given up now, and this is Bro's biggest rat. He's showing me it. He's saying, look at the size of this thing. I said, I got one as big as that. And then I realised I've actually got two. And that one on the right, believe it or not, weighs heavier than the one on the left. And there they all are. It's all the bodies we could retrieve. We've laid them out for a picture there, right next to the fire, where the owner's going to burn them. There's one last shot of my rapid, all done up, with the uprated NS50 on top. If you're interested in how I did that, please comment, and I'll try and make a video about it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.